You spent hours with me in rooms that smelled like sweat and metal and something quieter, something heavier, like the weight of people learning how not to break when breaking has consequences. There was no softness in those spaces, no room for pretending, just breath, just effort, just the steady awareness that someday this would matter. And you gave me everything. Not just the motions, not just the steps, but the understanding. How to hold what felt too heavy, how to read what wasn't being said, how to move when the air thickens and time stops behaving the way it's supposed to. You didn't rush me. You didn't grow impatient when my hands hesitated or my thoughts lagged behind my body. You stayed steady. The kind of steady that doesn't just teach someone how to do something, it teaches them they are capable of doing it at all. And somewhere in the middle of that, between repetition and correction and the quiet rhythm of learning something hard, I started to see it, the cost. Not all at once, not in a way that could be ignored, but in the small things, the way your time stretched thin, the way your own work waited for you in stacks that didn't shrink, the way you stayed later than you should have, not because you had to, but because you chose to. And that kind of choice, it doesn't come without a price. I saw it in the edges of your exhaustion, in the quiet way you carried more than you said. And still, even in the middle of that, you reached for your phone and your words found me, soft. Almost like it was nothing. You said you would do it again every hour, every minute, like time didn't matter, like effort didn't count, like what you were giving wasn't something you were losing, like helping me was never something you had to weigh. And that landed somewhere deep. The kind of place that doesn't have language because the world is full of people who say they care, but care isn't spoken. It's measured in what someone is willing to fall behind on just to make sure you move forward. And you kept choosing that quietly, consistently, like it wasn't even a question, and then you mentioned the drill, a new one. You held it back at first, like just something out of reach, like a thought you were turning over before deciding if it was ready to hold on to. And I teased you because that's what you do. When something feels too real, you soften it. You said it would be tough, pushing, demanding, the kind of thing that strips you down to breath and instinct, maybe exhausting, maybe a little chaotic, but worth it. And there was something in your voice, something just beneath the surface that blurred the line between instruction and something else entirely. Not inappropriate, not reckless, just close. Because there's a kind of intimacy that doesn't come from touch or words or anything the world easily recognizes. It comes from trust, from standing beside someone in a place where things are real, where fear exists and failure has weight, and you have to decide if you are going to rise to meet it together. And I realized that's what this had become. Not training, not time spent, but something built in the quiet spaces between effort and belief. So when you said it would be hard, when you said it might leave us breathless, pushed to the edge of what we thought we could handle, I didn't hesitate. Because some things in life, the hard things, the messy things, the ones that take everything out of you before they give anything back, aren't meant to be easy. They're meant to change you, and they do, especially when you're learning them with someone who keeps choosing to stand beside you, even when it costs them more than they will ever let you see.